This is Sonakshi Sinha and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Sonakshi Sinha, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you very much. Good to be back after so long.
Great. And so tell us, how excited are you for Bhuj? And how pivotal is it for you?
I'm quite excited because honestly, it's a film about our country. It's a part of our history. It was a huge event, in our history, and to be a part of a film like that is an amazing experience for any actor. All of us in the film will agree with that, and I can't wait for the world to see this part of our history.
All right, and your character plays, I think, a very important role in terms of the entire event. So tell us something more about it.
Well, it's a very, very strong character. You know, sometimes when you hear these stories from our past, they seem so unreal and so unbelievable. But the fact is that it did happen, and there are people like that who have shown that kind of bravery and stepped up for the nation, sacrificed everything that they have. And, for me, it's such a moment of pride to be able to play a character like that, portray a character like that on screen, which is of Sundarben Jetha Madarparya. So there was this village of about 300 women. And, because all the men used to leave and go to South Africa to work and earn money for their families. So the village was left with mostly women and like senior citizens, like the older people and kids. And this is where, the airstrip happened to kind of be destroyed by the Pakistani army, and Captain Vijay Karnik came to this village for help, and Sundarben was the one who said that, me and my women of 300 women will come together and build that runway for you. And they were able to do this in just about 2.5-3 days, and they could only work at night because every time the passing planes would fly over them in the day, they would see them working and rebuilding the thing, they would bomb it again. So they had to only work at night in stealth mode. And what really moved me was that they didn't really have the materials or the resources to build the runway. So these women actually broke their own houses and took the stones that were made to build their own walls, and they put it into making the runway. And that is just so moving. I mean, that kind of strength and resilience and determination from these women really just gives you goosebumps.
Right. So I'm sure it must have been a very, very fine experience in terms of playing this character. How much did it impact you personally? And how have, over the years, a few of the characters impacted you personally?
I think personally, for me, like as an actor, I try and keep it to the film that I'm doing, because for me, I would like to move on to playing the next character with as much ease that I did the previous one. So while shooting the film, obviously you get into the whole character and try and think like the character you're playing, the personality that you're portraying. But then when you move on to your next film, you want to go ahead and get into that as well. So for an actor, it's a very hello, thank you, tata, bye bye kind of situation. But there are certain characters that really just stay with you. You want to keep parts of them with you. For example, with this character, I want to keep her courage. I want to keep her, determination with me always, because not only as an actor, it will really help me as a human being. So, you retain little bits of characters like these, especially with you, because they help you grow as a human being along the way.
All right. And how different was it with you and Ajay sir compared to Son of Sardar and Action Jackson? And
well, obviously they're very different kinds of films. Suddenly we're this very serious, very real portrayal of things. So it's obviously been a very different experience. That was all fun and games. There were comedies, and we were playing very, very easy and fun characters. But here it was completely the opposite. But of course, the equation with him is always like we pick up where we left off. Even if I haven't worked with him for years, when we're on set, it's like, no time has gone by. Always a pleasure working with him because of the kind of actor he is. Even on set, like he's so good with all the technicalities of filmmaking, and you get to learn so much. So, but this kind of film that it was a very different experience.
Very different experience. All right. And so now I was just checking out your Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Okay, before the interview, and I noticed that in the beginning of your career, for quite a few films, the critics had been rather uncharitable towards you in terms of,
Really? I
you
haven't
know,
noticed.
so primarily, in terms of that, she's there in songs and dance. It's something which is not integral to the film. But see, I think I really liked your performance in Mission Mangal. It's not the length of the role, but the sort of impact you have, and each time you appear in Mission Mangal, it is like kick ass. It's like,
Thank you.
so
Yeah, I think that's why even I did it. It wasn't the length of the role, honestly. It was about a very big part of our history, and to be a part of a film like that was way more exciting. And I mean, I really liked the role as well, so I went ahead and did it.
right. So how important has it been for you in terms of reinventing yourself?
I think it's important for everyone, not only in the field of acting. I think in every possible field, you have to keep working on yourself. You have to keep reinventing yourself if you want to sustain for a longer time. People always want to see something new, expect newer things out of you. And I think for an actor, if you don't give that to the audience, I think it's time to pack up. So it's very important for sure.
And I think now you're having a very, I think, interesting, body of work that is going to be coming forward. I believe you're part of Hira Mandi. That is.
I
Sanjay
will
Bhansali
wait for Mr. Bhansali to make official announcements before saying anything. But I'd like to congratulate him on completing 25 years and announcing this magnum opus project of his.
Right, it has been announced today, yeah.
I shall let him make any announcements.
Right. And what about Fallen? What exactly is Fallen all about?
Fallen is complete. It's a working title. We're still looking for a title, but it was a great experience working with Rima Kakti, Ruchika Oberoi, and the entire team. It's an amazing role for me. Very, very different from the things that I've done before, and like that for me was a reinvention. To be playing a character like that, playing a cop in the show. So it was very, very exciting. It's complete now, and I'm waiting for it to release.
And Bulbul Tarang is another one.
That is something that has been pushed because of obviously the circumstances. But I'm currently shooting for RCP's Kakuda.
Correct, and which is another very interesting episode. Very interesting.
Yeah, which is a horror comedy, and again, it's the first horror comedy that I will be attempting, and it's quite exciting.
So Sonakshi Sinha is someone who's, I think, grown up on the entire cinema hall version of big scale entertainment. Okay, and how has this entire OTT onslaught and coming together of so many cultures and so much of content, there is no limit on the duration anymore. And it is very fascinating. How has it personally impacted you as an artist?
As an artist, I think it's only opened a lot of more doorways. There's so much work for everyone. Now a lot of avenues have opened up, and for me, like I feel like we've been thrown into this whole world, because of the circumstances. People haven't been able to go to cinemas. I truly I hope that cinemas are back in action real soon, because that kind of experience is irreplaceable. But unfortunately, until then, we have to wait. And people are making so much content to put out there. This is the only place that it can go to, and it's reaching a very, very wide audience. So honestly, as an actor, I have no complaints, because even though we were out of action for a while, now we do have a place to showcase our work and show the audiences what we've been up to, during the entire time. So, but yeah, still hoping that cinemas come back with a bang, because no experience like going to the theaters.
No, absolutely. But as you were discussing before the interview started, that it's a new world, and people have become accustomed to consuming content or even
Yeah.
say giving interviews, for example, or we doing interviews.
Yeah.
So it has changed. So I think even when all of us we are hoping for a big screen experience very soon, I think OTT is going to be here to stay. And for an actor like you, like something like Hira Mandi, for example, with Sonakshi Sinha around, so it can reach the world. There is no like we watch Money Heist in Spanish, but it doesn't feel like Spanish. Or like say there are so many Korean series which are there, which you don't mind it because it connects to you somehow. So you never know.
You're reaching out to a wider audience, reaching out to a global audience, which can only be a good thing, right? So I mean, like, I don't know why there are certain people who are opposed to it, but I feel like it's time to embrace it. It's a different medium, your times are changing. Films are evolving, the mediums are evolving, and I think we need to kind of embrace that. Yeah.
Okay, and now say on one aspect, it is great that in terms of it's very performance oriented, it's very character driven as far as OTT is concerned. But at the same time, the world has applauded Sonakshi Sinha's amazing dancing skills.
Oh, thanks.
So what happens to that? People still want those dance numbers.
Of course, that just dropped one today from Bhuj, my first Garba
Right.
song. Yeah,
Right.
I mean that will keep happening, and honestly, that also depends on the kind of film that you're doing, the kind of work that you're doing. So that really doesn't have anything to do with the platform. For example, like now Bhuj is releasing on OTT, so the songs are also being promoted and stuff. So if I do something on OTT which does not require singing and dancing, then it won't be there. So it really just depends on the kind of project that you're doing, and not really the medium.
Not really the medium. All right, and there is one very other interesting aspect as far as Sonakshi Sinha the person is concerned, in terms of that you have certain opinions on various social issues that are around, and you express them as well, and you express them as truthfully and as honestly as possible. How does that impact your personal growth as a person, as a human being, that you are feeling some things and you're talking about it?
It makes me feel good that I am in a position where I can use my voice and reach out to a certain number of people, and basically it's I try to keep as away from controversy as I can, but if it's something that I really feel very strongly about and which I feel will resonate with others as well, who are like-minded, who feel the same way, who want to say something if they feel something wrong is happening, that's when I step up. I don't like unnecessary conflict. So only if I feel really, really strongly about something, that's when I'll, take a stand.
Okay,
and it puts me at ease. It makes me feel at peace.
No, absolutely. It must be doing that. Okay, and any possibility of producing maybe or directing at some stage?
Directing, I don't think so, because I feel like I don't have the aptitude for it. I've worked with some amazing directors, and it's just managing too much. I don't think I'm ready for that kind of commitment or work. Like a director's job is the toughest, I feel. So honestly, no, I don't think I'm going to step into the directing zone anytime soon, but production, maybe yes, in the future, because I think ideally that's where everybody who's connected to the movies in some way or the other should head, because if that's how you kind of stay connected with it and can move forward with it for a long time. So production, yes, maybe in the future.
All right, so Sonakshi, we'll be ending this interview with a rapid fire with you.
Of course.
All right. What, according to you, makes Bhuj the Pride of India different from other patriotic films?
I mean, well, the story, it's unlike any other patriotic film that has been story of any patriotic film that has been told before. So I think the story. Yeah.
What is your definition of patriotism?
Love for the country, unconditional love for the country.
What is your father's reaction on Bhuj trailer of film if he has watched it? Has he watched the film?
No, he hasn't watched the film, but he's seen the trailer and he loves it. My dad is actually my biggest fan, I think, and anything of mine he watches, he falls in love with. So,
What is the most challenging thing about Bhuj?
the most challenging thing about Bhuj was, I think, stepping into the shoes of Sundarben. I think, when there are such big shoes to fill, you're very careful about everything that you're doing, how you're projecting it, and playing it. So I think that was the toughest.
Quality of Ajay Devgn you wish every actor should have.
His understanding of all the technical things that have to do with filmmaking. Yeah.
Okay, if Christopher Nolan wants to cast you in his next film and he wants to see your show reel, which 3 performances you definitely put in that show reel?
Lutera would definitely go into that show reel. Then I think Akira, so you can see some of like my action moves, and Mission Mangal maybe. Yeah.
All right. After working for more than a decade in the industry in so many films, which one achievement you are still working towards?
Which one achievement? I think every day you're just working towards doing something better than you did last, and that has been the way that I functioned from day one, and I feel that is what has carried me forward and far along. So I think just being better than what you were yesterday.
All right. If you could introduce any one rule on the social media, what would that be?
One rule, just online etiquette and self-regulation when it comes to people just saying whatever the hell they want. Yeah, that would be the one rule.
Okay, how would you react to following in one word? OTT revolution.
Great.
Future of cinema halls.
Hopefully bigger and better.
Marriage.
Right now, a distant thought.
Politics in India.
Messy.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the significance of following things in your life? Film critics.
0.
Opinions of your audiences.
100.
Social media.
Out of 10, say like 5.
Freedom of expression.
10.
Smartphone.
Yeah. It's a boon and a bane. Like, I don't know. Like you can't live without it, and you can't even let go of it. So I don't know, like 5.
How do you react to these YouTube comments for your character in Bhuj? This is Asta Pandey on Ramo Ramo song. Wow, Sonakshi reminded me of Deepika in Nagara's Sang Dhol Baje song. Last time Deeps danced with Priyanka. Now I want Sona and Deeps to dance together. Would be so interesting.
That would be amazing. And first of all, thank you for the compliment. She did great in that song. And if this reminded you of that, I'm very, very happy. And yeah, it would be amazing to do a song with Deepika. I think she's phenomenal.
Arunesh Sinha, Salman, Ajay, Akshay, Siddharth, Sona, you work with almost everyone. Now please work with SRK as well. He's only remaining now. This pair I have been waiting since 2012 to see on screen.
I would love to. It's definitely on my wish list. Hopefully it'll happen soon, but you should start writing to Shah Rukh sir as well.
Complete the following sentence, please. A film that I'd never want to take a direct OTT route is?
I think the one that I'm doing right now, Kakuda, because I feel like it's the experience of watching it in a theater would be really good because it's feeling really good while shooting. So I feel like that huge, having that in front of you on a big screen would be amazing.
I think VFX will be there, so I think that.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely like a big screen experience.
When I was aspiring to be an actress, the 3 co-stars on my wish list were
Hrithik Roshan, Akshay Kumar, and Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan is remaining, and Hrithik is remaining.
And Hrithik is remaining. Yeah.
No workout for a year, yeah, no Instagram for a year.
No workout for a year.
Ajay Devgn ya Akshay Kumar, who's funnier on the sets?
Akshay Kumar, yeah.
Maya in Ittifaq ya Akira, your favorite?
Ooh, tough. Akira.
Friends ya The Big Bang Theory, favorite show?
I love Big Bang Theory, but Friends is a classic, so can't choose.
News channels ya newspapers, your preference?
I think newspaper, because you can just put it away when you feel like. Channels are like screaming in your ears. Actually, you can put that also off, but I'd rather read. Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Sonakshi Sinha and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.